My main meditation technique is a technique called japa, and japa is probably the simplest form of meditation because it's not a meditation that you necessarily do as a meditation. You don't sit down on a meditation cushion. Some people do, it can be done that way, but generally the idea of japa meditation is you do it as you're living your life. So my first meditation, if I meditate at home, I might have 20 minutes, half an hour, before I go to work. But my drive to work can be half an hour. So when I drive through the day, I'm probably driving for about 2.5, maybe, around about 2.5 hours, I'd say. And so most of the time I'm involved in meditating. And when I teach Tai Chi, I do my japa, so I have a mantra repeating in my mind. So what it means is that I kind of do almost a lazy meditation in so much as life itself becomes the practice of meditation. And so then this was the technique my teacher in India taught, the recitation of a mantra in the mind as you just live your life. So I seem to be ill-disciplined because I can't really, or I have no compulsion to sit down on a meditation cushion for hours on end. I've got a life to lead and I'm quite happy to do that. But something as simpler as japa meditation, interestingly, it seems to have taught me when I listen to people who've spent years in caves and, in retreat centers meditating all day. I seem to have reached the same conclusions about life and meditation as they have just by doing this very simple practice as I live my life. And one of the interesting things, I've just been teaching a class now and I was having a conversation with someone there, and it was about the nature of meditation and how we can, one of the biggest obstacles to that meditative practice is trying to meditate. And it's quite a paradox because meditation in essence is only trying to bring us back, as far as I can tell so far, and it seems to be, this realization seems to have been constant for a few years now, but meditation, it just seems to be bringing the practitioner back to where they already are. And then what isn't where they already are is getting too involved in thinking. So the mind carries you away into some stressful concept about the future and life and what's happening and what's meant to happen, what did happen. And then the practice is, instead of focusing on that, you bring yourself back again, whether that's to mindfulness, the breath, the mantra, the now. So that's all meditation practice is. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's anything really that, for me, that point of awareness is a mantra that I have going in my mind from most of the time. It's just that ability to come back to the practice. The other thing that's interesting is that we might think initially that it's about getting rid of thoughts or not just having a completely quiet mind. That's not been the case for me. Maybe it might go quiet for, if I'm lucky, a few minutes, maybe a few hours or a day if I'm having a really good retreat. But then the mind comes back, and what I've learned really is that it's the relationship we have with our mind that's important. Not necessarily having no thinking or being this perfect spiritual being with no thoughts and all this intuition 100% of the time. Instead, it's the ability to be present even to our crazy mind, our judgments, our jealousies, our fears, our worries, but without getting too involved in them. And by practicing the art of coming back, which we call meditation, we just get better at that. So the mind gets busy, the emotions get into turmoil, and then we do our practice. So I do the mantra, or someone might come back to the breath or the present moment, or just observing the mind. And just in that, you get better at that. That's all. No big deal. You just get better from becoming free of your own drama. So life just becomes naturally very peaceful and calm. And you realize there's a value in just being where you are without being too concerned about the past, the future, or any troublesome story that you're projecting out onto life.